Hey, so here's a content warning. We're going to be listening to all of the Chico tapes from Ground Zeroes in this episode, which contains pretty awful stuff in it. From 7 minutes 34 seconds to the end of the video, there is audio of the torture and rape of Paz and Chico, along with audio of the bombs being planted in Paz. It's totally fine if you want to skip this episode. There's nothing plot relevant in these tapes that isn't restated again later in the Phantom Pain. So, back to Ground Zeroes. You know.
The moment you've all been waiting for! Ladies and gentlemen, step right up.
There are lots of Chico tapes, right? They're also in the side ops and stuff as well as the main mission. And this just shows what happened to Chico, you know, when he was trying to rescue Paz. Word of warning, there's already going to be a warning to start this video. There's some really bad shit in this thing. I'll put timestamps and shit, but there's like torture, there's rape, and also rape of a minor. So, you know. It's also just really long.
I made it ashore. I'm in Cuba. Security looks lighter than I thought. I wonder where Paz is.
Like I mentioned
There are soldiers everywhere.
earlier, you know,
Lots of choppers coming and going.
during production, before they even said Metal Gear Solid 5 was
lights are so
happening,
bright.
but they were talking about like Project Ogre and all this stuff, and Kojima was
to get
like,
moving.
"Oh, I'm doing something really taboo, and it might kick me out of the game industry." I don't know. He might have just been talking about this. I mean, this is the worst, like, edgiest stuff in the entire
I
game.
got close to the fence
So
to see if I could spot her. They
it would
had a
make
guard
sense that
posted,
it would
so
be
I
this,
got
but
out.
I don't know.
Guess security's not so light after all. I'm coming, Paz. I'm okay.
So, this first tape is a real-time
Okay.
narration of sneaking into a base.
Yeah, it's the other problem I have with these tapes, aside from how awful they are, is just like it is kind of skipping. You can hear like when the mic gets really ruffled, there's like time skips and shit, but
Yeah.
it's just too long for what it's telling you. Like, really, there's like 2 tapes here where like conversations happen, and like this first tape is just like Chico going like, "Oh no," and dogs barking, and just the sound of him running a lot, and like I don't know, it's just weird.
Writing for audio drama is a very specific skill. I will say that.
Like, I will say,
It's a kid.
I don't think it's the case. I think it's the detail. This detail here is cute, that he was just like re-recording over a tape with music on it and shit. But I will say that later tapes in the Phantom Pain, some of them feel as if they were voice acting and Foley made for cutscenes that they then didn't animate and they just kept the audio.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the case for these though. Dear God.
Yeah.
At least whoever finds this will know what happened. They're holding others here too. Still no sign of Paz.
Get ready for tape 2. That is 8 minutes of uninterrupted dog barking.
Do they at least do jingle bells? Come on. Look at the boss, just like
Yeah.
chilling, listening to this.
Oh,
You do know you have music, right?
yeah.
Like,
Why are you listening to this? Big Boss, please! Chico's already dead!
Chico.
Paz?
Chico.
he's very thoughtful, though.
Yeah.
to get the tactical advantages from that thing that we knew, all of that. None of, like, Chico snuck in, he got captured, he eventually found Paz in there.
Yeah, like that tape almost feels like it doesn't even need to exist. Also, so I know people have already said it in comments in previous videos and stuff, but to
Don't touch me,
make this
son of a
super
bitch.
obvious for everybody, and then they're just gonna go, ah, fuck, all I can hear is that other character now. Chico's voice actor voices Pit in Kid Icarus. Their voices are extremely similar.
Paz!
We're also gonna have a lot of crying, so
So yeah, how about that Smash reveal? You want to talk about Pit and I mean a different snake, but there's a snake.
yeah, there's a snake in Smash Ultimate. That's pretty cool. I hope there's new codec calls for all of the characters. That would be fun.
There would have to be.
Yeah. I mean, they had a replacement for the codec calls in the last Smash, and that was with Pit, actually. He and Palutena and other Kid Icarus characters would talk about all the other Smash characters. But now I just hope they do it for both characters. That'd be great.
She looks weak. We need her alive. Yes, sir.
Paz,
I got a feeling I'm not gonna like the fourth tape. Just looking at the cutoff
dirty
titles, I
Yeah.
don't think I'm gonna be a big fan. I'm gonna find a lot
Yeah.
of fun
Somebody's
in
still
tape number 4.
See,
yeah.
Chico,
Yes?
let us not do this, okay?
Huh?
I do not think I want to talk to you.
He hears that a lot.
But
Yeah.
I came here to...
Just be quiet,
Damn.
or I'll
What a
scream.
way to get shot down.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
All right, we're skipping tape 3 because we already heard that one already. That was in Ground Zeroes and the tape we used to try and figure out where Paz was, so.
Ah.
Look, a 10-minute cassette tape.
Boy, oh boy. If Chico didn't have more to worry about being caught in this black site, he probably would feel real sore about that last exchange in tape 2.
Yeah.
Snuck all the way in here to try to rescue you. I can't even get a how's your day?
I mean, I carry this printer all the way here for nothing? Ugh.
Does it hurt? Talk. Talk.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the lane.
You can speak, can't you? Then talk.
Okay! Okay.
Big boss kind of shifting uncomfortably.
Yeah.
Good. Your boss and I go way back. Don't count on him coming to rescue you.
The helicopter
a
trip
real
back to Mother
soldier,
Base is like 4 hours, and
you'll
these are the
find your
only
own
cassette
way
tapes I
out.
brought with me.
But don't bother trying.
He can
to
only
escape.
listen to Aha so many times.
Yeah.
Let's say you get lucky. And you don't look very lucky. And by some miracle, you get out of your cage.
Would you be
Let's
doing
even
just
say you're able to elude
fine?
the guards. Then what? The nearest Cuban border is 4 miles to the east. 4 miles of barren, America-controlled soil.
Or as I call it,
you'd
Rhode
make it.
Island.
Whoa.
You didn't get any help
Whoa.
from the Cubans. And the border's a mess of live minefields. Think you'd make it through that? With your girlfriend in tow? If you were that lucky, you wouldn't even be here right now.
This is a voice that could only exist in a video game or a cartoon.
Yeah,
But
I
don't lose
really...
Like, even an animated
another
movie,
way
they'd be
out.
like, come
For
on,
both you and the
dude,
girl."
tone it down.
Yeah.
This way is
We
much
don't get
simpler.
much into like what Skullface is doing or any of his motivations for quite a while. So I don't want to say too much about
I
Skullface,
ask,
but
you
I
answer.
do not like his voice actor.
Easy, right?
It's so... He just has a normal,
Just tell
like,
me
bad
what you
guy in an
know.
episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Voice.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's very Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes.
And, like, it makes... It just does not pair with what he looks like. Like, you'd think he'd have a more...
Like a hissy voice, like
Like
a hissy voice.
raspy, maybe.
Yeah, because, like...
'Cause he
in
got no
that-
lips.
Yeah, he has no lips, and in that previous interrogation tape where he kind of talked about his origin as a kid, you know, he was caught in a fucking fire and, like, burned alive. Wouldn't that have fucked up his voice?
Again!
Like, smoke inhalation and stuff? I don't know.
Trying to
he-
impress the girl, little man.
He sounds like Cam Clark died, and they had to replace him.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try something else.
Here's some bad shit coming up, I think. Wee woo. Watch out.
Stop it!
She'll get what she deserves. We were comrades once. But she betrayed us.
She liked petting a
Deception
kitten
and
too
deceit.
much.
Fucking nuke.
Better proof she's a...
She played soccer.
She enjoyed fishing.
She wasn't
Show it.
even good at playing soccer.
Do you realize what you're doing? Cypher is watching. Let go of me! You will be next. Your hideous face will...
I feel so bad that, like, Tara Strong had to voice all this awful shit.
She's an anti-vaxxer now.
Wait, is she?
I think so.
Fucking goddamn it.
It's one of the pony voices. I think her.
God.
Look carefully.
Instead
out
of paying
when you
attention to
grow up,
this, I'm
boy.
gonna fact check myself.
Yeah.
This is the kind of woman you'll want to avoid. Of course, scars like those make it rather difficult to lead a normal life. I should know. Continue.
Yeah, it's her.
Talk.
I have done tons of research. I don't discount Western medicine, but I do believe in alternative therapies and research as well. I think there's room for all kinds of healing and love that we can make our own choices. Again, I'm not against vaccines, only pro-research, she says in response to people calling her out for sharing anti-vax so-called documentaries, etc.
Great.
Yes.
Oof. You know, if alternative medicine worked, it would just be called medicine.
Why?
Yeah, that's why I just call it music. What's up, 90s forever?
This is Metal Gear Solid.
Move. Get up.
And I get, like,
You heard
I
me.
think what they're trying to do is be like, okay, these are the bad guys, but are you any better? You are, like, on a global scale, you are doing much worse things than this act. But fuck you? Like, just fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like what you see. It's like fruit.
Fuck you.
Yeah, and then it's also written like this, too. Right?
A
It's
man has
just
to know
so
these
shit.
Time for a taste test.
Oh, fuck you.
Right?
Either you take her now, or you're strung up next.
Don't lie to
Man, where is that guy with my garbage disposal? He cannot come soon enough.
Yeah.
Won't.
Well,
I don't.
this tape
Get on with it.
has the majority of the bad shit.
come
There's
on.
still like one or two more bad things coming up too. I forget which tape it is after this, but fucking hell.
See, I've had a leaky sink for about, it was last weekend, right? So like
Out at sea?
7, 8. So like, I've had a leaky sink for about 10 days.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Leaky
And
sink
today
ain't
it's-
good.
Today it's getting fixed,
Usually there's-
and that's what I'd like to talk about right now. This recording was going to be preempted because, you know, you can't really do this sort of thing with somebody clanging around under the sink. But
Yeah.
it turns out there is a certain pipe that needs to be replaced. So he went out to Home Depot, and that's why I have a relatively quiet space to you know do this. And did I miss it? Is it over yet?
That part's we're done with that part. That they broke Chico. He told them how many people are in
Did you
Mother
wanna talk to
Base.
me?
They're back in their cages.
There's one thing I want to say.
What?
I missed you, Chico.
The way they write like
Yeah.
Chico and Paz and how they interact with each other
Come
like
here.
in between all these torture sessions, I just fucking hate it because it's so gross.
Closer.
And like I understand like trying to write things where it's just like these people are going through bad shit and you might feel really gross about this, but also I don't think
Sorry.
it's written in a way that's just like blick
Enough
and not
already.
like well, I understand that this needs to happen for part of the story and this is the reaction I'm supposed to get. I'm just getting blick in general. And
Here.
and like I don't even know. I had a point with this and it's just gone because I
Talk!
now this is happening. But it's just like it doesn't match what has happened with the rest of all of Metal Gear. Even when like there's been bad shit happening, usually it was talked about. You didn't experience that bad shit happening. And also like compare this to how like every other character in a torture situation or even characters who have died in Metal Gear, none of them have suffered this type of brutality.
Yeah.
So it's just weird that Paz and Chico, of all characters in all of Metal Gear, are the ones that get punished this hard. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Enough. She's no good to us dead.
like Ryan went through some bad shit, you know, being the child soldier in Liberia and all that shit. That's pretty bad.
Off-screen.
Off screen, him talking about it and how it's something he would, you know, always bottle up and not talk about because it fucked him up so much. But you didn't like just sit there
decided to
and
let her
you know
go.
watch him, you know, be like real fucked up as a kid and like ugh.
Yeah, you didn't see him eviscerate anyone at the age of 8.
So,
Yeah.
she talked. Told her she should have just gotten it over with.
She's going back to your boss. But only her.
Huh?
Those were the terms. She said to leave you here. I suppose she doesn't much care for you anymore.
That bitch.
Now, you've got quite a problem on your hands. When she gets back, what will she say? That you talked? Sold out your comrades? Your family? You're finished.
What you mean I can't go home?
There's very little I can do for you.
Yeah, let's never tell Amanda about any of this shit.
And I still have need
Yeah,
of your
yeah.
services.
She's fine. She's
Yeah.
fine.
He's fine.
You're going to
Over
call
the
your
last 9
boss
years, she's
for help.
probably, gone through a lot,
Lingering
and she's
recording, played
come to
across
a
public
place
frequency
that's
bands.
not great, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brennan here?
I mean, she's a war hero, at least.
Yeah, right.
She was respected and all that other shit, so she's got stuff going on, but...
Do you expect me to trust you? I'll never help you.
Perhaps. But if you did, I wouldn't mind looking the other way if he did come for you. Take some guards off duty, let you quietly slip away. But you wouldn't want the girl leaving here alive. She'd have to be eliminated before he came. There's no other way. I'll leave you to think it over. Chico, growing up means choosing how you're going to live your life.
Whoa. Happy Father's
Whoa.
Day.
Thanks, Skullface. 2 tapes left!
Snake. It's Chico. I need your help. Cypher's holding me on a U.S. military base in Cuba. Paz is here too.
I hope Chico's voice actor isn't
They're at
also an
the prison area on the
anti-vaxxer.
coast. There's
Now,
some cages to the
Skullface.
east of the big
Skullface.
building. East an old grassy facility. That's where we are. Help me,
I have
Snake.
no idea who Skullface's voice actor even is. I don't know if he, like... Whoa.
The real surprising thing? Patrick Warburton.
Whoa.
Yeah, you didn't think he had it in him.
No.
Kids are natural, don't you think? What do you think Big Boss will do? He'll know it's a trap, but he'll come anyway. That's the kind of man he is.
An idiot. An absolute moron.
Thanks to your report, a nuclear inspection team's being sent to their base. The scientist was our way in. It all ends soon, exactly as I've planned.
Damn it,
All
Huey.
thanks to you.
Cypher would never.
Yes, Cypher will surely mourn his death. I'll have no choice but to distance myself from the group.
But they suck
And
anyway,
then
so who
eliminate
cares? I'm friendly Dracula. You want to come over and shoot some pool tonight?
boss
Not in the
was
day,
sick.
I'm very sleepy. For I am
You can
Dracula.
only save one.
I would be completely fine with replacing Skullface with another vampire. Honestly.
Who do you think did me best, Christopher Lee? You're a Christopher
don't
Lee
expect
guy.
you to
I
be-
can tell.
The question is, which of the two would you like to give a shot at survival?
What I would like is to kill you.
The feeling is mutual.
I also want to kill myself. Wait.
We're secret agents. Restraint is a virtue.
Anyways, here's the only song I've ever listened to.
Your favorite song. Nicola.
God,
Immigrants wrongly executed.
karaoke night has got to be the
Their death
worst.
served as a message to others.
He doesn't allow any other song. It's just
Ours
8
is a
guys
society
singing
that
"Here's to You"
innocent.
in a row.
Yeah.
Do you too believe your sacrifice will change the world? If so, the time is now. Cypher's been in hiding ever since his grand experiment. No one's seen him in years. All we hear are orders delivered by proxy. Except you. You met with him, face to face, in order to contact Big Boss. Tell me where he is. Where is Cypher? Where is Zero? I've never known choice. Where I was born, the language I speak.
The songs I
never had
like.
the freedom to choose for myself.
You think I would have chosen that song?
Right now,
Clearly, I'm a Sinatra man.
do as you will.
Or at least I would be if I had any idea who that was.
It may.
Will you really kill Zero for me?
I've
Not for
seen
you.
Metal Gear Solid 4. No, he won't. Sorry, but he won't. I come from the future.
I come from the future where no one remembers Skullface. Hello.
It's actually the best possible timeline.
Yeah. Hello. Here's the final tape. There's some more bad shit in this one.
Oh boy. Our master manipulator and these two teens, well, only one's a real teen.
Prep the package.
By the time she's in the magic retcon room, Paz is 52 years old. No one
Yeah.
knows how.
Oh boy.
She's all closed up.
Timer set for your instructions. We can't have her waking up or dying on us.
I gave her a transfusion, a nutrient cocktail, and an anesthetic.
And a teddy bear. We
How long does she
pride
have?
ourselves in bedside manner.
24 hours, same as her cargo. She won't last much longer than that. To make room for the bomb, I removed organs she won't need.
You know how we all have
Almost
those,
there.
those
Now for a
spare
second
organs. Those just in
place
case
they'd never
organs.
Yeah.
The hitchhikers of the human body, I like to call them.
Yeah. I fuck it.
Hang her up.
What's that? I hear a karaoke night at the base.
One last song before we go. But yeah, I remember
See triumph.
I remember when Ground Zeroes
been
first
most
came out and
helpful.
the discourse
I
happened
have one
because
last use for you.
of the, not even this part, because people hadn't
You
even
are
listened to
given
these
like
tapes yet, but just
nothing.
like the ending, it was like, oh,
But an
where
end,
could that second bomb
nonetheless.
have been inside of Paz? And everyone was just like, I bet it was just in her
It's
stomach
yours.
again. And all these people just like, just saying, no, yeah, it's just in a normal spot, and like, it's very clearly the way
Heard
it's
from the
worded,
advance
supposed to
team.
be like,
Everything's right on
oh,
schedule.
it's in her fucking vagina.
C4's been planted on the
And
legs.
then it's like they
Strike
keep
team
saying,
and
nope,
decoy team in
that's
position.
you're just thinking Kojima's being real edgy. And then you listen to the fucking tapes, and they have fucking Foley for it being put in there, and it's like, fuck.
A shame I won't see.
God.
But at least
So
I'll get
like,
a look at his body.
if I recall it correctly, the way that sort of thing works is you give a Foley artist a list of things they need to create sounds for.
Yeah.
And I would give anything to see a scan of that document.
Fuck.
How is it worded?
good
How is like?
Yeah.
Like you just go into your job at some recording studio
Give
one
this
day.
to the boys a
What's
reward.
on the to-do list?
And a
Jesus Christ!
Make copies.
Like,
Yes, sir.
Foley artists have like tons of stuff, you know, in the recording studio just to like pull out and go like, well, I
First,
can use
big
these to make
boss,
these certain types of sounds.
then
Do you
zero.
have anything in your studio ready-made for that type of shit? Like,
Liberation.
what the fuck?
I mean, just go into the library. Don't even make a sound. Just like it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And edit and engineer some things from the stuff you've already got lying around.
Like, fuck, like, whoever had to, like, do the Foley for that part, they must have just been, like, going through a sound library, like, hand over their eyes, and they just click on something, and then they just make a cross, like, over, you know, they just do the cross over their chest, like, Father in heaven, please forgive me.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Why does it sound like a sheep? Because fuck you.
Chico,
God.
I am borrowing your recorder. I hope you do not mind.
You mean the one in my chest?
I know it hurts right
I'm, I'm
now.
right here.
But it will all be over soon. just thinking that.
Wait,
helps keep
did
the
any of
pain
these
away.
tapes cover when he got a tape recorder implanted in his chest? That seems like something that would come up.
No, it doesn't happen in any of the tapes, but yeah, it's
I've never helped anyone else before.
when Ground Zeroes,
Only
when they
Cypher.
first showed just that whole intro cutscene, it's like the
That's
trailer
the
for it,
truth.
and people were like wondering what was up with the cassette tape. People found all
never
these crazy
imagined it
like
would come from
science experiments, all this other shit to do with like
It's not very nice at first.
I forget what it's called. It's like deep brain something simulation or something like
I
that.
did not
Sure.
know.
And there was like weird things that like all kind of looked vaguely
afraid
like
they would
how
try to
Chico
use
had
it
the
somehow.
sound jack in his chest, and I thought like, oh, this must mean something to the story.
But to
They
be
were
honest,
just torturing him, and they just punched the audio jack into his chest. That's
Cool.
it.
I hope
Love
that
it.
does not sound
Yeah.
Can't get
selfish.
enough.
Yeah.
I thought I would never make it. But together, I think we can.
I say I never had a choice,
I
but
record this.
it's not entirely true.
You have
I
made
could have
me
done
believe
commercials for the television.
I will make it
I could have
happen,
announced what's happening after these messages.
and that
Like seriously,
no matter
like
what happens,
Skullface should have totally gone into some kind of
be the end
career based around his voice, because like despite being set aflame and not having a face anymore, he's still got a good sounding voice for commercials. It would be a simpler life, Skullface.
Let me run this one by you. In a world. How do you like that, huh? Huh?
Not bad, Skullface. So there you go. That's the torture of Chico and Paz. It's awful.
Here's to you, la 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 la, la da 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 da.
Thank fuck we're done with these tapes. I was dreading doing this since the instant I knew I was gonna LP this.
I like to do the songs around sometimes.
Ugh.